My name's Will and I'm an alcoholic, and this share is called Nebulous. Using words but not knowing what they really mean is what I've done all my life. Only this morning I was on a committee meeting in AA and someone used the word nebulous. Now the old me would have worked out what it meant, had a vague idea what it probably meant, and that's where it would have stayed. But I've learnt in AA that if I don't know what something means, to look it up in the dictionary. And when I looked it up, nebulous meant this, in the form of a haze or a cloud. And it also said about being indistinct or confused. And you know what? I never knew that. And living in a cloud or in a kind of a haze was how I spent 25 years of my life when I was drinking, where being indistinct and confused both became part of my addiction. Now these are about as good a description of my alcoholism as I'm ever likely to hear. Being sober, I can but try to piece together what really happened, what it was like, and how I now see my past. My recall of my drinking isn't great, obviously, because I was drunk a lot of the time. In the first year of sobriety, I spent a lot of time with the big book in one hand and the dictionary in the other. Why? Because finding out the true meaning of words was not only a revelation to me, it was part of my manageability, and it was a part of me learning things properly from the beginning, where I'd usually make up my own version of what a word meant and believe it, but never be bothered to check it out properly. Whereas recovery is about moving out of the clouds, it's about blowing away the cobwebs and realising that we don't have to live in a haze of our own imagination and our own thinking anymore. My truth, finding my reality and looking at life honestly is where recovery started, and I hope it's how it's going to continue. Understanding the true meaning of words like humility and spirituality, and anonymity and willingness were all eye-openers to me. Where understanding that letting go was not about losing something, it was more about letting go of an old behaviour to find the real me underneath. About casting out my old ways of living and inviting in a new way. Where reaching out was about being spiritually available, and staying sober is about so much more than not drinking. It's about engaging with the world around us. It's about allowing others in. It's about becoming a part of a world where we once felt ostracised and sidelined and minuscule. Opening up the door to feeling a part of the world lies in the word willingness. It's about me being willing to change and me being willing to move on from the secretive world of my alcoholism to a new world out there where I could be a part of a very big whole. A world I'm thirsty now to be a part of and to enjoy. Living in a cloud and living in a haze were my yesterday worlds, where my today world is more on the lines of being a part of and engaging, where my old behaviour means old thinking, and old behaviour, unfortunately, is not old behaviour if I'm still doing it. If nebulous describes to me living with my head in the clouds, then that's how my life was. Today, however, I'm more likely to be found with my head somewhere else, preferably in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, reading it, studying it, and passing on the knowledge from that book to a newcomer so that somebody else can benefit from me actually reading and understanding the written word. Bill the Shirt, Bristol.